after a 3-1 victory. What's your headline about how they won?
Pretty good, impressive. Graham Rousseau talked about it. The attacking play of Chelsea was better. I feel like now all their front players are fit and healthy and playing well. When that's the case, they're really, really good. We've got to remember here, this is the youngest team, as John Champion said, in the Premier League. So the owners and the directors of football are trying to build, never been done before really this way, a team to be champions for a decade. Best young players, bring them together. They'll realise that there's pockets of the team that need improving. They won't get it right straight away, which is correct. Possibly need a new striker, definitely need a new goalkeeper. But when everybody's fit, it's young, it's energetic, you know, that's a big win. And, you know, they're on the right path.
Urgency is certainly recognizable at the beginning and also at the end there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I think in the second half, they continued that kind of their first half. They didn't dominate the football, but they dominated the energy portion of the game. I thought that was really good. They get the second goal naturally, and you know this as a footballer, kind of come off the gas. You feel like job's done. You have to manage it. But Liverpool, to their credit, kind of came out of the stalls. They were on top of the game. But Chelsea had enough with the home crowd and with their energy. I still thought their energy was much higher to then take back over domination of the game, and they got the goal at the end. Look, they also got really good performances. I think they're powerful. When Caicedo plays at right back, they're very powerful.
Moving into midfield.
Moving into midfield, his tackling, his running. So couple that allows, when he gets in midfield, Enzo to push on. I thought Neto was really lively, and of course Cole Palmer, not just the goal. The goal's great, it's important, but the positions he picked up. He stopped kind of standing with his back to goal in the pocket, drifted out to that right side where he's much more comfortable.
I mean, you know, without being too cynical, good time to play Liverpool.
Oh, right.
It's a good time to play Liverpool. You see that on the schedule, Liverpool at home, that's a difficult, big game. Subs were made in the second half of Liverpool. They had a bit of a rally up, they scored. Then there's a sense of panic, not panic, but a little bit of concern around the Chelsea camp. And then the penalty, of course, puts it all to bed. That's kind of an important goal for Cole Palmer. I know it's a penalty, the first goal since January, I think it is. So, you know, it's all coming together. And I'm pleased because I like to see something different done in the Premier League. In Chelsea, and I know they've spent a ton of money and the fans want instant kind of success and they want the wins and they want the finished product in terms of players that they signed. This is different. And there's going to have to be patience needed. Even the two players there, Cole Palmer and Noni Madueke, just kind of giggling at the screen watching the replay. That's what they are. They're like young kids, excitable young kids that are on this adventure that I hope they get time to mature and hopefully be successful.
It's good to see because we also think with like Todd Bowling with Chelsea, when they brought all the young players in, it's like, what are you doing? And no one could quite understand it. The length of the contracts, and this is a bit silly and new, but now they kept everything was quiet, kept it in camp, and now we're starting to see like, okay, maybe this was the idea. And also, by the way, they brilliantly navigated this game because they have Newcastle next.
Yeah, next Sunday.
Head to head.
Big
that's
game.
huge.
Away at St James's Park.
It's huge. And, yeah, it's great. The fact that they have the momentum, I think for both teams, even a draw next week helps both of them.
It's still not done and dusted.
No.
I mean, you know, a week ago, this is why this is going to change every week. I'm not sure Chelsea are going to do it. They've got difficult games coming up. Others have got easier schedules, but that's a big win for Chelsea. And to get them, if they can get in the Champions League, that's so big for the players, of learning, the money, the finances, everything else. But work to do.
Chelsea knocks off the champs at home at Stamford Bridge, 3-1. The final, we go right back out there to the booth. Welcome back in the gentlemen that called it for you, John and Graham. Really a double victory for the home side today. They win 3-1 and get the 3 points today when Newcastle, who they're in direct competition with, they only pick up one, so quite an afternoon there for Chelsea.
Absolutely. You could say Chelsea retaining sovereignty over their Champions League chances. You see what we did there.
Very good link.
Yes, it's doubly important, but even more important is next week's game. And you look at Chelsea now, and it's those two away games, Newcastle and Nottingham Forest, that effectively are going to decide an awful lot.
Certainly are, and we spoke about it in commentary. The guys have just reflected on some similar points there in the studio about, I just feel that if Chelsea play positively, play with energy, embrace the sort of creative side of the game as they had right up to Christmas, they can cause every team they come up against a huge amount of problems. And if they've got that backbone of Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez, Lavia, who is really important in that midfield as a sort of a cornerstone of discipline, plus the sort of defensive unit, I think they could finish the season really strongly, given that they've got through this blip that they had sort of in that second half of the season.
And such a boost that Cole Palmer looked like a player again.
He did, because again, to that point, he thrives when he's given the opportunity to go and make things happen. So it's all about mindset, I think, with this Chelsea team. It's up to Enzo Maresca, the coach, to, I think, really give them the freedom to go and play and express themselves. And they've got a simple target, and that's to win the next 3 games. He said that he wants 6 out of the last 8 to win 6 out of the last 8 games. And they've got 3 more matches now where I think if they play with freedom, I think they'll score a lot of goals and they could be the team that that clinch that 4th or 5th Champions League place.
And briefly, as the chaps alluded to in the studio there, they were fortunate to face Liverpool today.
Yeah, definitely. Liverpool were half the side that we've seen throughout the season, and you can allow them for not quite being able to get themselves up to that standard. 6 changes in the team, definitely a hangover in every sense of the word in the way they played today. But they'll be disappointed because I think that they showed some spirit, but in sporadic sort of moments of the game, and couldn't maintain that incredible form that they've shown, and now that's their 3rd loss as opposed to their 2nd loss.
Yes, their fans were terrific. I mean, they were singing songs about the champions all the way through.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Lowe, and as we head towards the end of an exciting Premier League season, make sure you like and subscribe.